Hello everybody, welcome back to another video here in the world of Explorer. Today we're going to be playing a little something different. So for those of you who don't know, I am part of a Commander show over on Cobra Go Blue's channel, and that is where I coined the term Peace in Our Time. So I was chatting with a buddy the other day, and they told me that I couldn't win with the deck that has 0 creatures in the 75, and I told them that they're wrong. So today we're going to be playing Approach of the Second Sun. If this spell was cast from your hand, and you cast another spell named Approach of the Second Sun this game, you win the game. Otherwise, put it into its owner's library 7 from the top and gain 7 life. So, the first cast of this doesn't have to resolve, but the second one does. So if you're playing against a control deck, you have to keep that in mind. So, let's see what else the deck is running. It's running a bunch of control, Portable Holes, Dovin's Vetoes, it's got Search for Iskanas, Omens, Negates, as well as Doomskars, Settle the Wreckage, Memory Deluge, and Narset for card draw. It also has Search for Iskanta, which is a really powerful card and one of my favorites. And it's also got an interesting little combo. So, 9 Lives is a 3-mana enchantment with hexproof. If a source would deal damage to you, prevent that damage and put an incarnation counter on 9 lives. When there are 9 or more incarnation counters on it, exile it, and when it leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. So, what do we do to prevent ourselves from losing the game? We play Solemnity. Players can't get counters. Counters can't be put on artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or lands. So every time a counter would go on this, it gets stopped, and you basically can't die to combat damage or regular damage, only to loss of life, and things like that. We also have 2 Idyllic Tutors to go search them up. Keep in mind that this isn't the actual, best build for this type of deck. You can find that out a little bit more at the end of the video. I'll talk about what actually the deck should look like, because it actually runs some creatures, don't tell my friend. But today we're going to prove to them that we don't need the creatures, we can have peace. The sideboard has 1 more Portable Hole for the aggressive matchups, as well as 2 Doomskars. It's got 3 Dovin's Veto, 3 Mystical Dispute, and a Narset for the controlling matchups, as well as 3 Rest in Pieces and 2 Hearses for the graveyard decks. Overall, I'm super excited to give this deck a go. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. Thanks so much for watching, and let's prove my friend wrong by pioneering Explorer together. Alright, we are back with the Peaceful Control deck. We're going to keep this hand. It's got the combo against aggro. We do not want to see a slow deck, though. Okay, that's fine. We're just going to go Island Go, pass to them, and they're probably just going to... Are they going to do... Okay, so they're going to get it for 1, and then what are they going to do with their 2 mana? Hopefully no Thought Seizes right now, but if they do, it's fine. Alright, Deadly Dispute's A-okay with us. We are going to go ahead and play a Glacial Fortress and pass the turn. Go to them, see what they're up to now for turn 3. They might play like a Mayhem Devil. I'm not really sure exactly what kind of deck they're running. Maybe it's some sort of Greasefang combo deck. Yeah, Fable doesn't help me figure out what kind of deck this is, because every deck is running Fable of the Mirror Breaker if it's playing red. I will probably just Narset, though. Yeah, probably, right? I'm a little bit worried about... No, I'm going to actually Solemnity. And the reason why is they don't actually get to put a counter on Fable the Mirror Breaker, so they get to... It doesn't do anything now. Because it doesn't let you put counters on artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or lands, as well as players. So when they go to draw, it's just going to sit at Fable of the Mirror Breaker, which is hilarious. So go to them. They're probably just reading the card and seeing what the heck it actually does, which is super funny to me. They are really in the tank, though. So what's our future plans? So we're going to play a Glacial Fortress, potentially a 9 Lives. Hilarious. That's amazing. And then, and the reason why is, in case it was Mardu Greasefang, they could have put, like, a Parhelion into the bin, then played a Greasefang and basically killed us. So that's why we played it like we did. And then, let's see what else. They've got a ton of mana. They can Deadly Dispute a treasure token. That's fine. As far as they didn't Deadly Dispute, like, a blood token, but I could see reasons why they wouldn't. So now they're going to use a blood token. Alright, Blood Tithe Harvester. That's fine. Alright, go to our turn now. I think what I would like to do is just play a 9 Lives and just lock them out from hurting us for the rest of the game. Alright, so 9 Lives means that they have to be able to... They have to be able to remove one of these 2 things to be able to stop us from just winning the game. Go to their turn. They can't target 9 Lives, which is nice. Yep, Fable the Mirror Breaker gets stopped by Solemnity again. That's so funny to me. That's an amazing benefit to this card. Alright, Voldaren Epicure is good. That's fine and dandy. Alright, what else are they going to do, though? I'm very, very interested. Players can't get counters. Counters can't be put on artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or lands. I like it. And then we're going to probably just go Island Narset and hold up Omen of the Sea is probably my plan for the next turn. And then we're just going to look to hit our land drops and eventually cast our Approach, and from there win the game. I don't see how they're able to win from here. They would need enchantment removal or some other way of winning the game through other than damage. And I'm fairly certain that this deck doesn't have either of those. I was right. All right, let's go to game number 2. I think we're going to bring in just our control, do we want Rest in Pieces? I actually don't think so. It doesn't, we haven't seen like Cat Oven type stuff, so we're just gonna bring in one Doomscar, probably take out a Dovin's Veto, bring in another Portable Hole. What do we want to take out as well? Maybe just one Negate. I'm a little bit worried about them having Thought Seizes and such, but there's not much I can do to stop that. I'm just going to keep one Negate as well. Alright, I like this setup. Alright, here we are in game 2. I'm going to keep this hand. This hand is fine. We're just going to go tap Castle Vantress on turn 1. And we have Omen of the Seas plus Settle the Wreckage. Alright, tapped Castle Vantress. I guess it doesn't matter now that we drew the island, but it doesn't matter either way anyway. Now, we do not want to see lands for a little bit, so Blood Tithe Harvester is fine. Ooh, that's a land. Alright, play Plains, pass the turn. We're going to scry any lands to the bottom. We're looking for combo pieces and card draw engines. Alright, what do you got for us here? Maybe just like a Fable of the Mirror Breaker? Nope, doesn't look like it. Swing for 3. That is fine. We're holding up what might be a counterspell in their eyes, which is totally fair. Nixilis is good. That is a way to get around the... No, I don't... It's not, actually. Doesn't quite work, but that's okay. They have time to kill us before then, though. Okay, make 2 of those. That's pretty good. -2 that. -2 the... Oh, +1 the other of Nixilis. Yeah, I will discard a land, probably. No, we're just going to hold off for now. Another land. Okay. Alright, alright. I'm just going to play a Glacial Fortress, pass the turn. We're going to scry at the end of turn with Omen of the Sea. We've actually drawn almost all lands, except for one Memory Deluge, which we scried with Omen. Yep, that's fine. We will discard a Hallowed Fountain. Gain some life. +1. I will discard... I will take the 2 here. They get in for 1 more. And then we're going to scry with Omen of the Sea. And we're just looking for our combo now. Yep, that's fine. Get Blood Tithe Harvester back. That resolves. And then we're just going to scry with Omen of the Sea after they attack. At that point, we get to untap, go up to 4 mana. And I think, depending on what we scry, we might just Memory Deluge, but it'll depend. Take 1 down to 12. Scry with Omen of the Sea. We're just looking for the combo now. Sacrifice Omen of the Sea. Go look at the top 2. What do we got for the top 2 here? Negate and Plains are both bad. We do not want either of those. Let's see what we draw. Doomscar is fine, but not great. So we're just going to go... Plains go. And they get to start really hurting us here with these Nixilis, though. Alright. I need to read 9 lives. I actually think Nixilis might get around 9 lives, because I think it's when a permanent would deal damage to you. So that's kind of annoying, actually. Nixilis looks like their only real out, which is kind of funny. They get to hit me with another Nixilis. I'm curious what they're going to do. They get to plus it, probably. Alright, we're just going to take 2. See what they do. We're going to get to 4. We're going to Memory Deluge, and there's not much we can do at this point. It looks like we're going to lose here. We just kept a slow hand and then just didn't draw anything else. Alright, I'm just going to Memory Deluge. What do we got? In the top 4, Portable Hole and a bunch of lands. Alright, that'll do. Let's go to game 3. Do we want to change anything? I think we want to bring in actually some negates, especially on the play. I think we bring in negates and some Dovin's Vetoes, because I really do not want them to be able to get too many Nixilis off, so bringing those in. Let's read 9 lives. The source would deal damage to you. So Nixilis is their way around it, which is scary. Take out 1 Doomscar, I think. I think take out 1 Portable Hole. And the final card to take out would be probably just a 9 lives. Alright, let's go back in there. Our main goal is to just make sure they can't resolve a double Nixilis. So we have ways to stop them from doing that. We have Portable Holes for their early plays. Solemnity, Idyllic Tutor. So we have the combo. But the problem with this is that we don't have a way to stop Nixilis. So let's see. We're going to go play Glacial Fortress tap, pass the turn. See what they're up to. Probably just land nothing. Alright, here we're just going to go Island pass. Island foretell this pass. Go to their turn. What do they got on 2? Probably just another one of those dudes? Oh, nothing. Okay. Well, in that case, we're just going to play Solemnity. And that's going to be annoying. It doesn't stop Nixilis, though. We have to keep that in mind. It doesn't do anything about that. Alright, so it kept a slow one, it would seem. And you know what? I'll take that. I'm just going to Idyllic Tutor and grab Omen of the Sea, because once you have your combo, Idyllic Tutor doesn't actually, like, getting more of these pieces doesn't do anything. So the fact that we can get an Omen of the Sea with Idyllic Tutor is really nice. So, Thought Sees Me, what are you going to take? Approach? That's fine, I got another one in the deck. Which one are you going to take? It's a tough call. Him potentially taking 9 lives makes me think that Marshy B doesn't have an Nixilis. Alright, what else you got for me? Land, go. Oh, they're playing that. Okay, so I think now I'm just gonna pay 2 life here. Play 9 lives, so we have the combo now. Pass the turn to them. And then we're just gonna try to Omen of the Sea here. What you got for us, opponent? Nothing. What is the hand that they've kept? Just infinite removal or something? I can't imagine their deck is full of removal after what they saw in game 1. We actually can't make a creature in our 75. No, and certainly not. Okay, draw a card. Dovin's Veto's good. Plains is also fine. So we're just gonna pass. See what they're up to. If they make us use Dovin's Veto, yeah, that's fine. You can Takenuma. Oh, so there's some sort of more graveyardy deck than they led me to believe at first. So I think they are playing Greasefang now, but Greasefang doesn't actually do a whole lot. Ooh, milling a Nixilis is pretty good for us. Alright, you can just play a million Stitcher Suppliers. This is all fine and dandy. Okay. They can attack me with nothing. Go to our turn. I'm just going to use Castle Vantress. And I want to use that over Omen of the Sea because this is any number of times, and it doesn't get used up, and it costs more. Now we actually have double counter, which is great. So we're just going to pass, and now we're just chilling. Go to their turn. And we have a way to stop both Nixilises, which is going to be probably enough to end this game. They're going to attack for 2. I think this is where they find out that they can't deal damage to me. Alright. Pass to them. This is what this deck's trying to do. I don't know if we're ever actually going to be able to cast Approach of the Second Sun, because our opponents are going to concede beforehand. Maybe he's wondering if we actually can get it. Yeah, that's fine. You can get out a Bloodtide Harvester if you'd like. This is all good. What else you got for me? Sacrifice a blood token, keep on looking. Ooh, they had the Obby, but unfortunately, my friend, we're going to counter this Nixilis. And then the other Nixilis is going to get Dovin's vetoed. Sorry, dude. Counter both. Feels bad, man. They have other Nixilises still in the deck, though, so they might be able to still get one out. Land go. This is where things can get a little dicey. We don't actually have any card advantage in our hand. We need a Memory Deluge or something. And we really don't want to see another Nixilis. I think we can survive an Nixilis, at least for a little while, because it's the only thing that's going to be dealing us damage. But I certainly don't want them to be able to play one. Greasefang is fine. You get to do all this. It doesn't actually do anything, though, buddy. Yep, you can get the Parhelion back. Maybe they're just doing it to get a big Nixilis or something, which is funny. Yeah, I think they're not really sure what's going on here, because they're just going to attack me for a bunch. We are going to take 0 damage. Nothing's going to happen. And they're going to be like, oh, this is stupid. And you're right, it is stupid. Yep, take damage. Take damage. Take damage. And take damage. Wow, it does this every time. That's kind of annoying. Alright, Greasefang goes back, brings back Parhelion to the hand. Buddy, you only have Nixilis as a win con. And I've gotten through 2 of them. We've got 2 of them out of the way, but you still have more to go, I'm assuming. Okay. We're just going to scry with Castle Vantris here. And then see what we see. We just want memory deluges. We'll take an approach with the second sun, of course. We have a million win cons, so we just need to get those win cons. Alright. They are really in the tank, maybe trying to figure out what my combo is or what their outs are. And we know their outs. Let's see if they can figure out their outs. They might only have 2 Nixilises. I would be very surprised if that was the case. But they are taking their sweet time. So, Omen of the Sea, we're just going to scry with Castle Vantris. Then we're going to see what we get. Scry with Omen of the Sea, yeah, that's going to be great. In terms of what the future of the channel is while we're waiting for our opponent to make some decisions, they might be trying to time me out to annoy me or something, who knows. But, okay, so, oh wait, oops, that was a misclick. Dang it, that annoys me. Alright, Odawara's nice at least, but that's stupid. I'm annoyed that I clicked there. We're just gonna pass the turn. Go to them. This at least bounces like the token Nixilis, so that they can only have 1 out if they play another one. Because realistically, that's the only way they can win the game, so we might as well just keep anything that we can. I might have kept this on top anyway. Not that I'm making an excuse for clicking through it, but Croxa. Okay, that is a way to get around this to some degree. I mean, they make us discard a card. We'll discard Solemnity. That's fine. You sacrifice it now. If they are going to make me discard Odawara, I think I'm just going to actually discard it. No, I think I'm just gonna... Do I bounce Croxa? Probably not. I'll probably just Doomscar on our turn now, just to make them have to re-sacrifice to Croxa. Alright, so Croxa enters the battlefield. They're gonna make me discard this. Do I actually want to... 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna Odawara the Omen of the Sea. Put it into our hand. Play it. And we're gonna put the card we don't want to draw on top. And then put the card we do want to draw on the second from the top. Because we're gonna draw something. And we don't want to discard it to the Croxa. So we want to put whatever we don't want on top. Okay, they're still thinking about this. They're probably like, what are you doing, dude? Haha! We have plans. Yeah, so just like this. We definitely want to draw a Search for Azcanta. We'll discard the planes. That's fine. Yep, that's all good. You get to... I don't know what you're trying to do here. I mean, I see what you're trying to do, but it's just not going to quite get you there. Yep. All this is fine and dandy. Attack me for some damage. And now we actually have a way to draw our win cons now. This is so funny that they're still trying to attack. I love this. This is why we play this deck. Yep, that's fine. Draw Search for Azcanta. We will start by Doomscarring, killing all their dudes. I don't love it because Stitcher Suppliers dying is annoying with Croxa, but I'd like to force them to use their turns to get Croxas back, and we can mill some potential Planeswalkers here. And this hits target creatures. Yep, so we're just gonna go play Search for Azcanta, pass the turn. Next turn we get to just put whatever we don't want on the bottom, or in the graveyard. And then We would like to see a portable hole, actually, because that hits Croxas, which would be nice. And then they can't keep attacking with it. Yep, that's fine. This is their only way, other than Nixilis, to deal damage to us. We'll take 3. They still don't deal damage when they attack, just the attack trigger does damage. Alright, what do we get off the search for his content? Definitely goes into the graveyard here. Do not need more lands. Alright, that's fine. How many things do they have in their graveyard? 9? If we Doomscar, they can do it again still. No, I think we can let them attack again. Yeah, I think that's fine. Because Azcanta lets us get our portable hole. So actually, no, I don't want to discard. Yep, so Croxa, I don't want to lose life to Croxa, so I'm going to discard the Doomscar. And I think that's going to be really nice. Alright, Thoughtseize is annoying, but fine. They get to get our Doomscar out of the way. And then, what else they have? Voldaren Epicure. That actually doesn't do anything to us still. Perfect. Okay, let's see what else you got for us, opponent. You got 6 mana. You have a Croxa. All right, you're gonna discard this. That's fine and dandy. No Nixilis. That's all we don't want to see. All right, attack me for 6. I will lose 3 life. And then see what they do. All right. We just, please no Nixilis. Thank you. Blood Tithe Harvester is fine. Okay. You can create a blood token if you would like. And then we are going to activate one of my favorite lands in the entire game. Alright, put Paralian into the bin. This is fine. And then we're just going to Azcanta now. End of turn Azcanta plus an Omen of the Sea Scry, so that's going to be really nice. Let's see what we hit, though. Approach is going to be quite nice, because gaining a ton of life is going to be huge. I'm going to Scry now with Omen of the Sea. We're just looking for ways to dig into our deck a little bit deeper. These are not cards that we want. We're doing a lot of scrying to the bottom, but that's fine. Now we're just going to play Approach of the Second Sun, gain a whole bunch of life, go to 16 life, pass to them. We're going to discard Idyllic Tutor to Croxa, so we take even less damage now. Okay, they have another Thoughtseize for Idyllic Tutor, so now Croxa is going to deal some damage. That's fine, though. Are they going to attack with the Voldaren Epicure? Ah, they've learned! I see. Take 0 from this. This is hilarious. And we're in a pretty good spot now. As long as they don't have an Nixilis right here, we're going to be in a pretty tight spot to win. What are we going to hit with this contest? So this looks at the top. Okay. Oh, they're looking to reanimate it to go get another blood token to find out Nixilis. That's actually a sick play. I respect that a lot. That's cool. You may reveal, so this doesn't, I just wanted to make sure that this doesn't shuffle. I was fairly certain, but sometimes I miss like a word or two on cards and it ends up being unfortunate. All right. That's a good draw. Then we're going to go, let's just do this main phase. Look at the top 4. Put Portable Hole into hand. Go ahead and Portable Hole the Croxa. Pass to them. Now they have to draw Nixilis, and even then we're going to counter one of the Nixilises, and it's going to be pretty nice. So it looks like we got this game locked up. We have an approach coming very shortly, and that'll do it. Hopefully they don't have a way to mill us. That would be the only thing that they could do now. What would they have to mill us, though? I don't think anything. Maybe this deck wants something to recur cards from the graveyard back into the deck or something? I'm not sure. We're going to find out as we continue to play it. Our opponent is thinking right now. Alright, our opponent timed us out, but we won the game. You know what I was thinking in the queue is we actually have to be afraid of cards that prevent damage prevention. Like, if they stop us with Bone Crusher Giant, they can actually get around our 9 lives combo. So that's kind of funny. It just adds an extra layer of things you have to worry about. But you know what? That's life. So we're just going to pass, see what they do. Maybe they'll play a Fight Rigging and we can Dovin's Veto it. That wouldn't be the worst thing. Otherwise, we're just going to... Oh, Yeah, so this definitely makes me think the fight rigging deck. At which point, we definitely want to get rid of fight rigging so that they can't cast the spell. And then if they don't do it, then we can just Omen of the Sea at the end of the turn. Kiora. I think that's fine. I'm just gonna cast an Omen of the Sea and draw some cards. Like, what, are they gonna untap Llanowar Elves and play another Llanowar Elves? That's fine, if that's what they want to do. Or they can attack me. That'd be awesome. Alright, make your little 1/1. I'm not gonna counter that either. I'm just gonna cast Omen of the Sea. Draw some cards. I actually don't think we want either of these. It doesn't really do much of anything. Alright, Hallowed Fountain. I thought I put you on the bottom, but I guess not. So let's just go... Hengegate, pass. I'm going to scry with Omen of the Sea at the end of the turn if we don't Dovin's Veto. But we'll see what our opponent does. They might just play Lovestruck Beast, and that's fine if that's what they want to do. We're just now looking for our combo. So, Ronus the Indomitable. Okay, that's kind of cool. They get to draw a card. Let's see what they do. They're probably just going to attack for 2. And then we will scry with Omen of the Sea, and that's going to be just fine. I think we're still doing a decent job here. We're hitting our land drops. That's what's important right now. And we're not letting them resolve anything that's going to just immediately murder us. From here... Ooh, I think Doomscar is going to be pretty nice. So let's just draw the Doomscar. Let's go Castle Vantris, foretell the Doomscar, pass with a Dovin's Veto up, and this is going to make them want to cast a non-creature in case they're assuming it's a Doomscar, which, in this scenario, you're fairly certain it's a Doomscar. It's the one thing I don't love about Doomscar. Ooh, yeah, that is not going to resolve. Sorry, buddy. Dovin's Veto, main deck, get wrecked. Alright, what else you got for us? You got anything for... Yep, just attack me for 2. That is A-okay by me. From here, I think I just want to play a tapped Hallowed Fountain and pass the turn. Because hopefully they just play the Lovestruck Beast and attack, and I can get rid of all their creatures. Except for the Lovestruck Beast, but that's fine. They draw a card. They attack me for a bunch. And I will settle the wreckage them. They lose both of those. They draw some cards, but Doomscar is still going to create a ton of frustrations for them because now their one creature that was indestructible is gone now. So we will untap. Are they going to untap anything? Okay, nope. Let's just play a Plains, pass the turn. We're likely going to just scry with Castle Vantris and see what they do. So this is like a weirdly super like Golgari deck. Like I've not seen just blue black. Okay, so they are playing the fight rigging combo. Surprised they did that post combat. It's very intriguing to me because then they don't get to put a counter on their beast. But hey, that's up to them, not me. We're likely going to Doomscar now, though. I do not want them to be able to play another fight rigging and trigger the Lovestruck Beasts with the fight riggings with the Lovestruck Beast. Okay, yeah, we're definitely going to kill the Lovestruck Beast now. Though, it's still not a great spot. We want to find something else with the Castle Vantris if possible. Alright, we're going to scry with Castle Vantris, see what we find. Narset. I actually like Narset a lot. I don't think I want an Idyllic Tutor, though. I think Narset's going to be really good, because we can just wipe their board, and then play a Narset, and it's going to be annoying, because now they can't draw cards with Kiora, and that's pretty good for us. They still can play a creature and potentially trigger both their fight riggings, but there's not much we can do to stop this at this point. Yeah, they get to do it. So hopefully they don't have anything too scary under fight rigging. But Narset's going to stop them from drawing cards. Yep, place a counter, place a counter. Luckily, they only get to trigger one of them. Alright, Great Henge is fine, actually. Because we're just going to... Yeah, they can't draw cards, so... Not too scary. Alright, let's just... I'm going to start by... Let's just start by minusing Narset. See what we see. Solemnity and Approach. I actually think I'm just going to grab Approach and double Approach. Because then they have to be able to kill me next turn or they lose. Pass the turn to them. That's what's nice about it also having 2 Approaches in the deck. Yep, gain your 2 life. That's not going to matter too much here. And if they want to draw cards, they're going to have to do it pre-combat. Or post-combat. Okay. All this is cool. They don't get to draw here. They get to make this guy a big creature, but that doesn't matter, really, because it doesn't have haste. Scooze is nice. All this stuff is happening pre-combat. I don't care, because I'm just going to untap and play an Approach, and we're going to go to game number 2, which is awesome. Alright, untap, and cast Approach. Well, bam. We did it! Alright. Let's go to sideboard. So against the Golgari fight rigging deck, what do we want to do? I think Doomskars are going to be quite good. I actually think Dovin's Vetoes are kind of nice here. And then let's just take out one... Man. Let's just take out... Because I really want Settle the Wreckages. Man, this is tough, actually. Kind of all our cards are good. I think Portable Hole, since they only had Llanowar Elves, can go. And we can bring in... Probably just another Dovin's Veto. Because I don't want them to... No, let's bring in Dovin's Veto. If they're running as many... like, Great Henge, Fight Rigging cards as that, then we want that. Alright, here we are in game number 2. Our opponent kept a 6-7 card. We're going to keep a 7 card, especially on the draw. We're a little light on lands, but that's it. Alright, that's fine. Play a tapped Hallowed Fountain and pass the turn. And then we're just going to go Island Pass and see what they do. They have lots of... Green-Black has lots of... Well, especially green has lots of ways to destroy enchantments. So we have to keep that in mind when making some decisions here. I'm just going to play Island and pass the turn. And then hopefully they don't have anything too scary. Oh, so they are playing red. Interesting. I wonder if they sided into that or not. I'm just gonna Dovin's Veto this. I don't really want them to be able to start putting counters on their dudes. I'd rather just take 4 here, pass. I think I'm just gonna play a Ganjo now. And then... That's tough. I think I'm just gonna pass now, because I'd like to just cast Omen of the Sea, and if they do something we want to negate, we can negate it. They're not putting us under so much pressure that we have to win now. Yeah, I don't care about Kiora very much. Alright, attack me for 4 more. We're just looking for any of our good, like, anything good, basically. Alright, what you got for 1 mana, my dude? Love-Struck Beast, making a token. That's fine. We're gonna Omen of the Sea, scry 2, draw a card. What do we want to get? We definitely do not want Solemnity. I don't think we want Hengegate either, though. So let's just scry them both at the bottom. Settle the Wreckage is nice, though. So here we're just going to play a land. And... Interesting. We're still a couple mana away from doing everything we want to do. And they're going to hit us for 5 down to 6. So I think what I want here is to hit... is to cast Memory Deluge. Let's just pass the turn for now. We want to cast Memory Deluge and hit a 9 lives. Because that's realistically how we're going to be able to win here. Yep, coming in for 5. They don't get to draw cards still. And then, what do they have? They have lots of stuff they could have. I'm a little bit worried with red that they could have the Bone Crusher Giant, which would be really heartbreaking. That's fine, though. We're just going to cast Memory Deluge. And then... Ooh, we didn't get what we needed. Here, I think I'm going to get Approach and Plains. Alright, go ahead, draw. And then we have 4 mana. We can go up to 5. I think I'm just going to cast a tapped Hallowed Fountain. Play a tapped Hallowed Fountain. Pass the turn with Settle the Wreckage up. And see what they've got going on now. They will get to start drawing lots of cards here, but There's not much we can do to stop that, and I need to keep our life total high. That's the main thing we need to worry about. So, they've got 5 cards in hand plus a Love-Struck Beast, so 6 cards available. Definitely going to... Oh, interesting. They didn't want to draw a card. Alright, well, that's fine if that's what they want to do. Settle the wreckage, get your lands. We're still looking... A Doomscar would still be a good hit. We got time to get it, a little bit of time. Well, they could just go ahead and cast Love-Struck Beast, and then we have to find something. I mean, we could always top deck a 9 lives. We have some stuff we can do, at least. Okay. What are they going to do? They got up to 4 mana if they want a Kiora. Alright, what you doing with your 4 mana here, dude? Play... nothing. Alright, I'll take that. So they have 4 mana. They can make this a 5/3 and kill me. So if we go... land... Ooh, this is tough. I don't think we can survive here. We're gonna need to hit a 9 lives with this, which is quite... Actually, let's just play Idyllic Tutor and get 9 lives. That's realistically our only shot now. And just hope that they don't have Bone Crusher Giant. Because 9 lives will at least give us another turn. And then we can play a Solemnity. If they have Bone Crusher Giant, they could have a million things that kill me here, but... Rotting Regisaur is not going to quite do it. Though I don't like them drawing cards. What you discarding to the Zombie Dino? It's like the opposite of Topiary Stumper. You ever think those two just like getting into a brawl when they see each other? Probably. Alright, you get to take my approach. That is fine. Oh, they... That's smart. That's very smart. Because we take 3 now. We still can take 6 more hits from creatures. Realistically, they just want to be hitting me with as many creatures as you can. If they have like 2 Llanowar Elves in play, you just play them out here, probably. Ronus the Indomitable doesn't do anything except drawing the card. What is the 1 red card that they're playing? Untap that, play a Love-Struck Beast. They have 5 now. They don't have a creature land, so we're not out. We're not dead yet. Not dead yet. Alright, play Narset. Minus ye old Narset. Find me a Solemnity? Nice. Play Solemnity. Alright, now we are at the mercy of a Bone Crusher Giant. And the fact that they played Crag Crown just makes me a little bit of a sad boy, because it's very possible that they could be playing it. Some sort of Jund deck with the... Unless it's like they're playing Ilharg the Rage Boar or whatever. Which was my nickname in high school, by the way, in case you didn't know. And they used to be like, hey, it's Ilharg. We won, though. All right. All right. We are here with the win conditionless approach of the Second Sun deck, where that is our only way to win the game. We're going to keep this hand. We're just going to go tap Castle Vantress and pass. And then if we draw land, it'll depend on which side of this we play. All right, so definitely play this on the white side. Pass the turn now. Basic island to start. I'm curious. So that means not likely to be mono blue. Okay, I'm going to go to the end of the turn and cast Omen of the Sea. And if they want to counter that, that's fine. I'd rather that than the Memory Deluge. So let's do that. Hopefully, they don't... I don't want them to draw Disruption, obviously, but if they do, it's not a big deal. All right. I'll take a Hallowed Fountain. I don't think I want to draw 2 lands, but I definitely would like to draw 1. All right, go to our turn. So we do have the combo. Not that it particularly matters here. I think I'm just going to pay 2 life for this so we can Omen of the Sea end of turn and see what they're up to. This also decentivizes the... Oh, interesting. I was not expecting the Mono Blue Spirits deck when they didn't play Snow-Covered Islands, but that's fine. Go to their turn. Maybe this is a more controlling version of the deck, which would be kind of annoying for us, but still something we can deal with. They're going to attack for 1. That's fine. And then at the end of the turn, we're just going to sack the Omen of the Sea. Looks like they missed a land drop, which is too bad. I think they kept a sketchy one, is my guess. We're just going to draw a Negate. I like Negates. Against any blue deck, Negates feel like they're going to be pretty good. Play an island. I think I'm just going to try to kill the Spectral Sailor. It looks like to be their only threat. I'll be sad if they can't really, like, rattle bones it. Or they could. They could do it in response to the trigger from the portable hole, but... Slip out the back, eh? I will... Yeah, I think I'm gonna negate that. If they want to counter this back, they can. Okay, they didn't want to, or they couldn't. Take their only creature for now. Pass the turn to them. And now we can untap and, like, cast a Memory Deluge. Shacklegeist is fine. Here, I do think I'm going to main phase the Memory Deluge, because I don't want them to be able to counter it. Alright, here we're just going to get Narset, Dovin's Veto, and pass the turn. And we're sitting real pretty. Like, we still would like to hit land drops, but we've got lots of time to do it. They've got one creature out. They got two creatures out now. And if we ever draw a land, we can just go, like, Solemnity, 9 lives in the same turn, and that's going to be really hard for them to beat. Grab Narset, minus the Narset, get probably just Doomscar. Pass the turn to them. I know that's the one thing about Narset is it's never great when they know about the board wipes, but I still think it's going to be really hard for them to play around it. Okay. They're going to attack me for 4. That's a heads-up play. I respect that. Alright, no land still. Let's just go ahead and Doomscar, force them to counter it if they are going to counter it. And if they do, it's fine. Lofty Denial is fine. I'm going to minus the Narset now. Find... Probably just Approach. Eventually we'll need to cast it. Let's see what else they've got. They're gonna attack me for 4 is my guess. And now we're starting to get a little bit nervous because we haven't hit our land drops, and if they just have infinite counters in their hand, we still can lose this. So let's just go... I'm just gonna play a 9 lives here. 9 lives is better to play first than Solemnity unless you're at a high life total because it acts as more life. And then they can counter it if they would like. I will counter back. Thank you very much. No Lofty Denials for you, thank you. Alright, go to their turn. Let's see what else they've got going on. They might have, like, a Brazen Borrower. That would be annoying, but something we can still survive. Especially if we draw land. We just... Well, they can't Brazen Borrow the 9 lives at least, but they can Brazen Borrow the Solemnity when we play it. Oh, I'm surprised they didn't attack. There's no reason to not attack there, though. Alright, I'm just gonna play... Man, with 9 lives out, I think I'm just gonna play a Memory Deluge. And see if they counter it. They probably will, but if they have Lofty Denial... Geistlight Snare, alright. I will now Portable Hole your Shacklegeist, just to make sure I'm spending my mana. Pass the turn to them. They really haven't hit any of their land drops, which is kind of funny. They just can't draw a land to save their lives. Okay, go to our turn. Alright, finally a land. Play a Solemnity, I think. Yeah, I just want to keep myself nice and safe. Pass to them. I'm a little bit confused. They should be at least attacking. Maybe they just don't fully understand what's going on. Okay, played Spectral Sailor. This makes me think that they're holding up counter magic for the approach. But that's fine. I'm just going to cast a Memory Deluge. They can counter this if they'd like. Put land and search into my hand. I will pay 2 life for this, which does hurt me. Play a search for Azcanta. Pass the turn to them. We have 7 lands in our bin now. We can turn Azcanta into a... That's fine. That doesn't do a whole lot. It just phases out your creature. Feels bad, man. Attack me for 2. Kill the Narset already, dude. You're driving me nuts. Okay, transform the search. Play Castle Vantress. Cast Approach. They can counter this if they'd like. They didn't counter it. Alright, pass over to them. This is a little... Okay, they're playing blue-white. Oh my gosh, that took forever for them to draw that white land. Though I'm not super worried right now. Like, obviously, it's going to be very hard for them to win here, because I'm going to cast Omen. They can counter it if they'd like. They obviously kept a very unfortunate hand. That happens sometimes. We've all been there. Put those 2 on the bottom. Draw that. We can go Hengegate, play it on Mistgate side, pass the turn, end of turn, search for Azcanta the Sunken Ruin, and end the game. But I'm curious to see what they're doing. So they drew the other planes now. What do they have for 4 mana? It's much too late is my assumption, though, for whatever they're trying to do. Supreme Phantom. So are they playing, like, Bant Spirits now or something? I'm very confused. Yep, you get to go to combat. It doesn't do much. End of turn, I'm gonna Azcanta the Sunken Ruin. I'm quite sure I'd like to put Approach in my hand, thank you very much. Go to my turn and win the game. All right. Let's go to game 2. You can Geistlight Snare all you'd like. I'm going to pay for it. All right. Let's go to the sideboard. I'm definitely going to bring in Dovin's Vetoes, Mystical Disputes. Probably 1 Doomscar. What do I want to take out, though? There's only so much we can take out of the deck. Probably Settle the Wreckage. And 1 Deluge. And a 9 lives, because we have all these. 1 Omen of the Sea and a portable hole. 2 portable holes? No, I want to make sure I can't lose to too many early creatures either. So that, and let's just go down another Memory Deluge. All right, here we are in game number 2. We're going to keep this hand. We're on the draw. If they have a super aggressive start, that's a little annoying, but we have, like, all the stuff to stop them from having anything too good in terms of non-creatures. But if they have a bunch of creatures, like I said, that's not great. Go to our turn, play Glacial Fortress. Drawing a land there is nice. If they just go... Let's see if they cast anything. They could probably cast a creature. If they do, it's fine. Rattle Chains is good. I will allow a Rattle Chains. And then I'm just going to cast a Dovin's Veto if they play something I want to do that with, or Omen of the Sea if they don't. And that'll be perfect, because it's going to be hard for them to be able to do both of those things. Yep, take 2. Go to 18. Go to their main phase, and then I'm going to cast an Omen of the Sea. They can counter this if they'd like. I'm not super worried about it. Do they want to, though? They do not. Okay. We're going to scry 2 and draw a card. I don't want Idyllic Tutor. I don't think I want Castle Vantress either. So I'm just going to draw a new card. Plains was probably the worst card in my deck. A second Plains is actually somehow even worse than that. I'm just going to cast Narset. They can counter it if they'd like. And then pass over to them once they do. Yep, Spell Pierce is fine. Go to your turn. I need to get these out at some point anyway. And then I can discard Plains to Iganjo here on our next turn. Take 2. Looks like they're just full of counter spells. Oof. Lands. I don't need more lands right now. I'm good on lands. Go to their turn. See what they're up to. I'm not going to do a Ganjo here, I don't think. I'm just not under enough pressure. Go to our turn after we scry with Omen. We do not want more lands. We'll take anything else that's decent, though. Omen of the Sea is fine. So we're going to draw that. We're going to play a land. I think we're just going to main phase the Omen. No, we're just going to wait till their turn. And we're going to do it at the end of their turn. This Rattle Chains is getting in some damage. It's going to get us for 8 already, which is kind of funny. Alright, hit us for 2. Supreme Phantom is fine. Oh, Rattle Chain's going to come in for 3 now. Woohoo! Rattle Chains hits us. We're going to Omen of the Sea now. What you got for us, dude? And then next turn... Alright, let's see. 9 lives, 9 lives. I do not want any extra lives currently. Glacial Fortress is not great. We're going to scry with Omen of the Sea now. And then, what are we looking for? Memory Deluge is good. We'll draw that, play a Glacial Fortress. We're likely going to Iganjo the Rattle Chains here, and then Memory Deluge next turn. I just really want them to play something I can Dovin's Veto. These Dovin's Vetoes are just sitting super dead in our hand right now. Yeah, I'm going to Iganjo the Rattle Chains. If they have another Rattle Chains to give it Hexproof, that's going to be pretty good. But if they can't really counter it... Alright, slip out the back. I will counter this for sure. And they can counter back again if they'd like. Well, no, they can cast another slip out the back if they'd like. That's about it. And if they have it, they have it. Alright, so we're going to only take one. That makes the clock way easier for us to deal with. Ooh, that was a good draw. Pass the turn. And see, this deck can just play the role of a full control deck very well. Take one. They're on a very long clock. Let's just go Memory Deluge. They're probably going to counter it. I hope they Spell Pierce it or something. That'd be awesome. Because then we could pay for it, and then if they counter again, Mystical Dispute. Oof. That would be grody. Alright, Geistlight Snare. No. I'm gonna counter it with Mystical Dispute. It kind of signals that we have another Dovin's Veto, but I still would rather just make sure I get this Memory Deluge off. I don't want to get 2 cards out of their hand, but still have the Memory Deluge get countered. Okay, that's fine, and then I will Dovin's Veto the Geistlight Snare. Perfect. And now, unless they have their own Mystical Dispute or another Spell Pierce, this is going to get off. If they do, then we're going to be in a nice spot because we get to draw 2 cards. Do they have the Spell Pierce? Do you have the Spell Pierce? No Spell Pierces. Ooh, Search for Iskana is great. And so is Castle Vantris. Go to our turn, untap, play Castle, play Search for Iskanta, and pass over to them. I do like the idea of getting our our Search for Iskanta on, because using Iskanta the Sunken Ruin is just so sick. Alright, they're going to attack us for 1 again, as this guy is quite adept at doing by now. Alright, end of turn, we're just going to scry with Castle. See if they have anything in response. Ooh. I think I'm gonna... Man. Mystical Disputes lost some of its luster, actually, so maybe... But it does counter creatures. I think we're gonna put Memory Deluge into the bin, and then draw a Mystical Dispute. Weirdly enough. Memory Deluge into the graveyard. We will definitely transform Search for Iskanta. We're going to pass. I just don't want them to have a way to resolve another creature if possible. I mean, I know they can always pay for it, but... Alright, hit me with that. That's fine. I go to 7 now. And then we're going to Memory Deluge, look at the top 7. If they counter it, we will counter back quite assuredly. With Negate is my guess. And if they want to counter again, that's fine. Because we're going to 2-for-1 them for sure if they want to get this Memory Deluge off. Well, not 2-for-1 them, but we're going to get 2 counters out of their hand. And how many counters can they realistically have still? So... they're deciding what to use. Disdainful Stroke shall get negated. And the reason why we're negating here is if we counter Disdainful Stroke with Dovin's Veto, that guarantees the Disdainful Stroke gets countered, but it doesn't guarantee that Memory Deluge resolves. Yep, Spell Pierce is fine. Memory Deluge gets countered. That worked out for them. Decently. Play a land. And then here, I think I'm just gonna Iskanta. We have 2, 3, we have 6 mana now. So I'm just gonna Iskanta, see what we see. There's a lot of things that we could see that would be really nice. Portable Hole is good enough. So we're just gonna grab Portable Hole. We're gonna cast it on their Supreme Phantom. How many more counterspells can they have? This is actually guaranteed to resolve. Well, that doesn't do anything, because we're just gonna cast it again. Unsubstantiate, that's an interesting one. Alright, take that. Pass the turn to you. They're holding on by a thread. They're playing a very controlling version of this deck. I don't think this version's as good as the normal one, but you know what? That's fine. Because here, we can go spend 4 mana, so that would leave us with 1, 6. So we can still Search for Iskanta plus Memory Deluge, which is pretty gross. So let's just Iskanta first, grab Approach, and then Memory Deluge. See what we find. Another Dovin's Veto is great, and another Mystical Dispute's gonna be great. Just make sure that they can't really resolve anything that they want. Play this on its probably blue side. Cast the Approach of the Second Sons. They're going to try to counter it. We have 2 Dovin's Veto plus Mystical Dispute up. Yeah. Go to 14 life. That's going to be enough for us to be able to, for sure, untap and win here. What would be nice is if we had another Search for Azcanta. Or Approach of the Second Sun on top. Oh, alright, cool. Sometimes it's just there. I love it. We're going to go Approach. If they can win, if they can counter it, we have 3 counters back. I'm just going to... Yeah, they knew that that was over. Alright, we did it. Alright, what do we think? First off, we approved our friend wrong. Perfect. I will be letting them know promptly about this. But overall, this deck was an absolute blast to play. I really liked the build. I like this combo. I forgot that damage prevention, like Bone Crusher Giant, can get around it, so that's something to keep in mind. It's not impossible to beat. We have main deck negates and Dovin's Vetoes for a reason. We also have... I really like the searches. I would even consider going up to 3. It's just a legendary enchantment. I think the main board stays exactly as it is. The sideboard, I would probably keep the same, except for take 1 Rest in Peace out for a Mystical Dispute. But if you're looking for a more ideal version of this deck, you're probably taking out 1 main deck negate and 1 main deck portable hole and putting in 2 Lyra Dawnbringers and putting some Lyra Dawnbringers in the sideboard, probably in place of 2 Rest in Pieces. Also, for the mana base, you're taking out 1 Plains and 1 Island, putting in Castle Ardenvale and Hall of the Storm Giants. Obviously, those didn't work in our featureless control deck, but they definitely are good in this deck. Overall, this deck was an absolute just banger of a deck. We got to prove our friend wrong in the meantime. This is everything that we wanted to be doing in this video, and we were able to achieve peace in our time. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll continue to Pioneer Explorer in the next one. Bye now.